Welcome to Holistic Accountant Podcast, where we aim to showcase how adopting a holistic approach in accounting and tax maximizes value for clients. Beyond traditional tasks like preparing financial statements and tax returns, a holistic accountant focuses on offering advice that maximizes personal wealth on an after-tax basis. If you enjoy this episode, please consider leaving a rating and sharing it with those who might also benefit. And to ensure you stay updated, subscribe to our weekly email. The link is in the show notes. Okay, today Mena and I would like to talk about how to choose a great accountant. And now I know it's going to sound like a pretty crazy topic for two accountant nerds to sort of talk about, but I thought it was a good topic to discuss, mainly because, from an insider's perspective, what are some of the things that we see on our day-to-day sort of work, both with respect to, new clients that we take on that have had past experiences, and we tend to get feedback, often positive, of course, about the approach that we take. And then also, we do know people either personally or professionally that might be using alternate accountants, and we see what goes on behind the scenes there. And of course, we understand what's going on. The client might not necessarily know what's going on, and we thought we'd bring those learnings all together, try and help people get a bit of an insider's view on what to think about or what to look for in terms of choosing a great accountant. Now, there's no doubt that having the right accountant can add a huge amount of value, and sometimes we look at accounting fees as a cost, almost a cost we'd like to avoid having if we could possibly. But it's the wrong way to really look at it, because you might even be paying a really cheap accounting fee and you think it's not costing you very much, but actually it is, because you're missing opportunities or you're paying too much tax in a particular area and so forth. So it shouldn't really be looked at as a cost. It's a necessary requirement, and you can actually derive a lot of value from having the right accountant. And you can do that in a couple of ways. You can do it in making sure that you are legally minimizing tax as much as possible, and even a relatively small tax saving can offset your accounting fees in one hit. And then secondly, that what other added value opportunities that the accountant can bring to you. So in terms of improving your reporting systems, giving you information so you can take action on your business, all these sorts of things go to adding value. And so I believe the right accountant is free. That the value that you derive is greater than the fees that you pay. And that's true really for any professional services that are really high quality. So that's why we want to talk about choosing the right accountant today, because I think choosing the right accountant, having the right accounting in place can make a huge difference.
And people don't really talk about this. They more talk about, results and fees and so forth. But a relationship with your accountant is extremely important. They need to get to know you. They need to know your business. They need to know your family circumstances. They need to know your goals. It's from there where they can actually add value. And unfortunately, your accountant doesn't know anything until you tell them. It's important that you have that relationship where, you can pick up the phone or send an email saying, look, business isn't tracking well. Our costs have been overrun, or business is tracking well. What should we be doing with these additional funds and so forth? The old Theodore Roosevelt saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Asking you about your business, it shows you that your accountant actually cares about your business and your results, and how they can actually get you to achieve your goals into that next level.
Yeah, that's right, man. So it's really a combination of two things. You need to be able to share that information with your accountant, but also you want to deal with an accountant that's interested to learn about these things, because a really good accountant will know that the more that they know, you don't need to tell them where you're going for holiday next month, but with respect to business matters, the more that they know, improves their opportunity to add value. And you don't know what you don't know, so sometimes you think that the information isn't necessary to share, but really let your accountant decide what is important information and not so important information. So that's the first thing, is make sure you deal with someone that's genuinely interested in helping you, in addition to just preparing financial statements and tax returns at the end of the year. The second really important thing that we think makes a great accountant is that they're technically sharp. that there's so much changing with tax laws and rules and practice statements and cases and rulings and all these sorts of things that go on. I know Mena and I, the highlight of our month is our monthly tax training. And, but of course I say that in jest, but we know it's really important. We need to really stay technically sharp. And look, part of that, Mena and I do that mostly, and our team at ProSolution do that mostly just because we've got pride in the work that we do. So we want to do it personally. We feel stupid if we don't know all the rules. And I think it's good to deal with someone like that, deal with someone that has that personality, that really takes care in their work and is proud of the work that they're doing. And that should shine through in terms of them providing you with great, technically correct advice as well. And also, you don't know what you don't know. And so if the accountant isn't technically sharp, what are they missing? You want to be sure that the accountant isn't missing any opportunities.
And the truth is, no accountant will be across all tax matters. There are specialty tax matters that require certain niche advice. And it's important that your accountant actually has that network of people that can actually break things down. That, for example, it might be a complex payroll tax issue or a complex land tax issue that you really need to deep dive into legislation because your situation is quite unique. And having an accountant that has a network of advisors that can actually relate to particular tax matters is crucial to help you achieve the best tax outcome for yourself. The last thing is that is basically timeframes. We can rush through work just to get it done, but the challenging work is actually taking a step back and seeing what the numbers are telling us, seeing what opportunities there are to capitalize on in any particular financial year. Now, I know a lot of clients, we experience they have an urgency on us producing a set of financial reports or tax returns. However, by doing so, you're basically pushing your accountant to potentially compromise the work that they're producing. So it's incredibly important to give your accountant the time to actually produce the set of financial reports and tax returns to a point where they've actually looked at every single opportunity to make sure that what they're producing is the best result for you.
So really, to summarise, the three things that we think are really important are firstly, the accountant really wants to get to know your circumstances so that they're able to provide you with advice that adds the most amount of value. Secondly, that they're technically sharp. And thirdly, that they're going to have the time and space to really think critically about your situation to identify those proactive matters that they can add value on. And so another way to sort of summarise it is that the wrong accountant is the wrong accountant at any price. Paying the right accountant too low a fee compromises their ability to add value. What you need to do is have the right accountant, and you've got to pay them a fair fee so there's a fair exchange of value, but also realising that they're going to have enough scope to make sure that not only their work is of a high quality, but they're going to be able to consider all the opportunities and risks that you might be facing and help you navigate them. Okay, we hope that gives you a bit of an intro in terms of at least what we think what makes a great accountant to help you with your decisions. But until next week, bye for now.